Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this butterfly card. Unfortunately I can't say that I designed it. It was designed by a lady in my Stampin' Up team called Karen James. She designs the most beautiful cards and I asked if I could make this and share it on my blog, which I did. And it was so popular and somebody asked me if I'd make a video showing how I made it. So I checked with Karen and she's very happy for me to do this. But the card is absolutely stunning, it really is. And I'm really more than happy to make a video of it. I'm going to stick to the same colour scheme. I did make another one just to show you in blue, which I thought looked quite nice. But I'm not happy with this because I really messed up on the butterflies and this is crooked, and I thought I'd show you anyway because it shows you what blue would look like. Okay, I'm really pleased with the colours. It's just that all the other bits and pieces weren't right. Okay, so the card pieces that you're going to need. Get my book over. You're going to need a card base in Whisper White, which measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8 inches, which is 21 by 14.5 centimetres, scored and folded at 10.5 centimetres. Then you want 2 pieces of rich razzleberry. I've already stuck these 2 pieces in, and that should measure 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches, which is 10 by 14 centimetres. And then 2 pieces of the Whisper White, which measure 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches, which is 9.7 by 13.7 centimetres. And the only other piece of cardstock you need is a scrap of Whisper White to do 2 of the big butterflies and 2 of the small ones, because there's a big one on the inside. Okay, so it's all really stamping, so you just need that top piece there and this one. So first of all I'm going to show you how I stamped this image here, because this is one stamp stamped this way and one turned around this way, but it is too big to just stamp 2 of them because this gets overlapped and it makes a real mess here, or at least it has done with mine. So what I do is I cover up part of the stamp before I stamp it down, so I finish up with a little gap in the middle which the butterfly covers up anyway. So what I do is I just use some ordinary tape. This is Scotch Matte Finish Magic Tape, and before I put it on I always fold the end over so that once it's down, and I'm covering up just to the tip of the flower petals there. In fact, let's put that more over the centre. Okay, so if you leave that end folded over, when you come to remove this, it's nice and easy to get hold of. And I will do a second piece. Again, fold that end over, pop it over. I'm using Memento ink because I'm going to be using my blends. So it's only the top bit that needs to be inked. Okay, so don't forget to take those off because chances are you will get some tape on ink onto your tape. Now you're going to position this so this is pointing towards this corner, and this piece here, not that pointy bit but the general bit, points over towards there. Okay, so you just get a part of the design there. Now you're going to do exactly the same the other end. Okay, so take tape, fold the end over, put it over where you want to cover up, Hold the end. Right, now we can ink. Hardly got any on there, but it's there. Right, so now I'm going to put this one on here and aim over here so that two line up. Okay, so it's pretty close, not spot on, but it is certainly close enough. Before I move on, I am going to use my Stampin' Right marker in basic black, and I'm going to use the pen end, and I'm just going to do some little black dots around here, like there are little black dots over there, just in case this bit is visible once the butterfly is adhered in place. Okay, so let me just bring that up to show you. Alright, so that just bridges the gap. Now before I start painting that, I want to do the butterflies. Sorry, I didn't tell you what stamp sets I'm using, did I? The image that I've just used, this one, is from Beauty Abounds, and I'm also using the two sentiments which I have used so many times. That is, our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. I absolutely love that saying. And this one is from Butterfly Gala, and it's this one here. But I'm not using the infill stamp, the infill stamps. I'm going to actually colour it. Okay, so that's the only piece of scrap that you're going to need, enough to do the 4 butterflies. So I'll put that to one side and I'll bring my piece here back. Now the Stampin' blends that I'm using, for the green I am using my light Granny Apple Green, and for the flowers I am using the light, what did I use? Light Blackberry Bliss, or light, I think it was light Rich Razzleberry. Let me just check that. Nope, I don't think that was, is it? Nope. So it must be the light Rich Razzleberry. No, yeah. I used to be a little bit confused, but I'm now very confused. Let's put these in order. This is what I normally do to avoid myself getting confused. Light Blackberry Bliss. I think that may be the one actually. Dark Blackberry Bliss. Dark Rich Raspberry, and that one goes there. Okay. Now that looks more like it. Okay, so I am using light Rich Razzleberry for the flowers. In fact, let me write that down. Light Rich Razzle and light Gag, that's Granny Apple Green, for the flowers. Right, I won't get confused again. I do green first. Right, so using blends for this particular image, or any what I call small image, I find it best just to take my pen and just like, it's almost like giving the paper a tickle. I'm not going down really hard. And on little images like this, I don't worry about going into blend to get light and dark. You'll also find with this image that there are some bits you think, is that meant to be a petal or is that a leaf? At the end of the day, it's whatever you want it to be. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me colour all of this because I have got a completed sheet already done. Okay, where's one of the flowers that I think has got a leaf? Oh, that one there, I think that one's a leaf. And there could be a petal, and then there's another one, I think it's this one here, isn't it? That one there. I think are leaves, otherwise I think they're all petals. Okay, so that's all I'm going to be doing with the leaves. Just very gentle. And then with the, what did I say it was? Rich Razzleberry. Again, just very gently, just sort of tickle your paper. Don't know quite how else to say it. This is so different from trying to do the images you get in my favourite stamp set, which is Petal Parade, Petal Passion, I don't know, the one with the bird in it, and it's got really lovely dark, thick black outlines. Because it's got those thick outlines, it is so easy to colour, whereas this one, you have to be really careful. Having said that, it's well worth doing this one. The image is beautiful. Okay, so this one I will be finishing off later on. Okay, that would also be done green as well. So what I would need to do now is I need the two sentiments in there. Right, I will need that. I don't need that. I'll just show you how I've got my pens. Okay. So I've got my light Blackberry Bliss, dark Blackberry Bliss, light Rich Razzleberry, dark Rich Razzleberry, and I think that should be the other way, shouldn't it, because Blackberry Bliss is darker. So the two sentiments, I have to say that I'm not perfect with doing my sentiments, but now that I've got these labels on the back, I'm in with a really good chance of getting it right. Now, part of the reason of doing one of these completely beforehand is I know it's okay, whereas if I do this wrong at any stage, I would have to start all over again. Now this one I know is really nice and straight, so if I just put that there. In fact, I must be able to bring that down quite a bit, can't I? I don't like to get my head over. I'll try not to get my head under the camera. Yeah, it's a bit wonky, isn't it? So I will either finish this off later and put the sentiment on, you know, punch circles or something to cover that up. But let me just try this one. This one I know I have to put at an angle. And I have to tilt that up very slightly. Let's see if I can get that right. That's okay, got that one straight. Alright, so that's how you do that. Now I'm going to do my butterflies. I've got one missing. Oh, here we go. This one is Light Flirty Flamingo. Now this is the one I do right in the centre. Now do remember that butterflies are symmetrical, as in whatever pattern they've got on one side, they've got it on the other side. I bear that in mind, but I don't get myself in a sweat over it. I try and do them the same. Okay, so always start off with the light pink. I'll do two. As I say, they're all ready over there. Light, rich razzleberry. I just do a little bit by the side. And you will find all of my butterflies are just very, very different from each other. As much as I try and keep each butterfly itself symmetrical, I'll put that back in line. I'm assuming you can see these, can you? Just about. That's better. Right, okay, now dark, rich razzleberry. There we go. Now I'm going to use light blackberry bliss. This one I'm going to fill right up to the top now, but not do those little spots. I'm going to fill right up to the top now on the little butterfly. And then I'm going to take the dark blackberry bliss, and on the big butterflies I'm going to finish off up the top here, and also the spots. and then the spots on here. As you can see, as I'm going over these dots, I'm coming down onto here as well. That's all right. There really isn't any right or wrong to this whatsoever. Now I'm going to just do these little holes or spots. And then this side. Now I'm going to go back to the light rich raspberry, and I'm going to start blending in the light rich raspberry there and the dark rich raspberry. So that gets rid of the really solid lines there. And the light Blackberry Bliss, oh, I didn't do the little butterfly, did I? Okay, so blend that in. So just by doing this, it does take away all of those edges. I'm just going to use rich raspberry on all of these. And then just to finish them off so that the Flirty Flamingo blends in nicely, I'm going to bring that one back. And just blend that in with itself and the nearest colours to it. And the same here. Okay, so that's all I do. I'll bring it up close so that you can see exactly how the colours have blended. Okay, absolutely no right or wrong at all. It's not very symmetrical either, is it? Not with the Flirty Flamingo bit, with the big one. But there you go. So next what you need to do, if you're lucky enough to have one of these, they are on their way back into stock. And this is why I do my scraps as a strip, so that you can punch it out without wasting any cardstock. Okay, and next what I do with that is I use my black Memento ink and I give them bodies. Right, okay, so you can see that. Okay, that one. I'm not using it, but if I was, I might, or at least when I do use it, I might actually paint on the rest of his tail down there, or cut the white off, whichever. Let's bring, oh no, not that one, this one. This is for the small one. And this is also from the Butterfly Gala stamp set. Oh, that was good. Wow. Got that one positioned really well. Doesn't happen often. Right, so now I think it's a question of putting the card together. This is the one that I did earlier, where I think these look quite straight. I have got a little bit of a mark on there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. It might be a sequin or something. I won't use those and bring these in. I did all 4 butterflies at the same time, so hopefully they should be about the same sort of colouring. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's put this onto here. I didn't check that that fitted actually. Well, there you go, aren't I lucky? And it is luck. Right. And as this is video, I'm turning it upside down to do. I'm not sure that's perfect. No, it isn't. That's not too bad. It looks worse from a side angle. Okay, so the first butterfly, this is the bit where the 2 stamps met with each other, so I'm going to put the body of the butterfly right across there, so if anybody sees it that side they see the dots, and if they see it from that side they see dots as well. So I'm going to use Tombow just along that spine. Although I normally like to have the antenna on my butterflies, I've decided against on this one because I did one on that one and I felt that it was interfering with other bits and pieces. Like there was a big one I did and it was interfering with those dots down here, and I thought rather than run the risk of that with these small ones, for once I'd have butterflies without antenna. Oops. Oh well, that's decided where you're going. Not you, let's use that. Didn't mean to drop it. At least you can face that way. I'll be a bit more careful this time. Oops. Okay. So before I put any of my pearls on, I'm going to put this on the back of my put this on my card. Right, so if we turn this upside down. There we go. Right, so that's it. So what I'm going to do first, I think I went over those with Wink of Stella first. And I have got a new one, so I hope it's not going to come out too heavy. If I can see what I've done with it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me just try it on a scrap of paper. Don't know if you can see this. I'm also going to be putting some pearls along the body as well. Do very carefully on the flowers because it's sometimes the Wink of Stella will make the colours run. So I'll try and stick just to the centre of the flowers and not allow it to go over the edges. Might have been more sensible to have done this before I put the butterflies on. Right, so that's that. Oh, I've got this one for the inside as well, haven't I? Might as well do that while I'm... Oh, I know why this probably isn't picking up colour. Because they're alcohol. I've used blends, haven't I? I think it's when you use the Stampin' Right markers where they're water-based. Right, so that's that one. So, these are just tiny little pearls that I have. They are Stampin' Up, but they're from the retired ones. Oh, I thought that one had stuck to my finger and come back with me, but it's not. There's a pearl there without any pearly bits on. It's just plain white. No, not you. And the last one. That worked out well, didn't it? Come on. That's that. So that's rubbish now. And I still got these with the strips as well. So I have 2, 3 and 1 of 5. There we go. I don't know what made Stampin' Up stop doing these strips. I probably complain about it every time I use them. and that's another one of 3 there, so that can go onto that one. I don't know what I'm going to do about my little mark that I have here on there, but I will certainly have it sorted out by the time I post the photographs on my blog, which will be tomorrow actually. Oh, come on, that's better. Okay, so those are that one, and then on the inside I'm going to put this one, and I did do antennae for that one. Oops, that came out too quickly. I won't put pearls on this one though, not as it's inside the card. Right, let me see if I can do this. Okay, so this is from Butterfly Gala again. There we go. So there we go, that's today's project. It is a beautiful card, and it's a very relaxing card to work on as well with all the colouring. So I hope you give it a go. Maybe you try different colours. So that's that one. That's the one that I shared on my blog. I will show you the blue one again. I've only adhered these layers on with a temporary adhesive, so that I could at least show you. But I will do something to correct it. I'm not sure what, but we'll do something. So there we go. Many thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the box below the video. You can only approach the you can only get to the box if you're watching the video on YouTube. And if you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here today, but not those strings of pearls where they're all stuck together, there'll be a link to my 24/7 Stampin' Up shop in the box below. We do have the basic pearls still, it's just we don't have them in the what I call the strings. And if you've enjoyed my video and would like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button, which should be down there in the corner, and then click on the bell to say that you would like the notifications. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.